One of my favorite things about RuneScape is that you can always craft your own adventure. You don't ever have to follow the crowd or do what any other player does. You don't actually have to do anything you don't want to do in this game, and the best part about that is you can also create any goal that you want to achieve. Do you want a quest cape or a 99 skill cape? You've got to grind for it. Do you want an expensive item? You've got to grind for it. Do you want an infernal cape? You've got to make sure you have enough money in your bank account to afford.
Don't actually do this, it's a bannable offense.
The point is that RuneScape is a game where you can set any unique goal for yourself and get a real sense of accomplishment and pride from completing that goal. I've achieved many goals that I've set out to accomplish in this game, but there is one thing that I've never actually achieved: the Jad Pet. Now, some of you might be thinking to yourself, why is it so fucking cold in my room? At least that's what I'm thinking right now. You might be thinking, what is a Jad Pet and why do you want it so badly? Well, for those who don't know, the Jad Pet is a little pet that will follow you around in-game wherever you go. To actually acquire the Jad Pet, you have to successfully take on and defeat all 63 waves of the fight caves and defeat Jad, the final monster within the fight caves. Pretty much anyone who has played RuneScape knows that sinking feeling of having to take on Jad. Your heart's racing, palms sweating, you're hyper-focused, ready to claim that fire cape, and it can be a lot harder than it looks. For the uninitiated, the fight caves were a tough challenge to beat. When the fight caves were first released on October 5th, 2005, practically no one was able to defeat it, aside from one guy by the name of Krasaki that I found on the tip.it forums, who apparently used the safe spot to kill Jad on the day of release with little to no resistance. To many, the fight caves remained an enigma for a long time. Only the toughest of adventurers were able to take on Jad and achieve that glorious fire cape, which originally looked like this. Kinda shitty. But nevertheless, players still strive to get that cape. The first recording that I was able to find on YouTube of someone achieving the fire cape was by Danny9760 on June 11th, 2006, who didn't even seem all that interested in actually equipping it since the video just cuts before he equips it. Which for 2006 video making standards was actually pretty good, since this was the next available fire cape video that I could find. So knowing a bit of history of the fight caves, how do you actually go about achieving the Jad Pet? Well, on Oldschool Runescape, whenever you defeat Jad, he has a 1 in 200 chance at dropping the pet for you, which might not sound like much, but when you take into account how long the fight caves actually takes, which let's say you average about 35 minutes per run at a drop rate of 1 in 200, you're looking at spending about 117 hours in the fight caves just to hit the drop rate of getting the pet. And you might not even get the pet within those 200 completions. Now, there are 2 additional ways that you can actually increase your chances of getting the Jad Pet. One, you can complete the fight caves on a Slayer task, which lowers your chance from a 1 in 200 to a 1 in 100 chance of getting the Jad Pet. Or 2, you can exchange your fire cape that you achieve from the fight caves for an additional 1 in 200 chance at the Jad Pet. Getting Slayer tasks over and over for this grind isn't necessarily realistic, so what you could do if you're going for the pet in theory is complete 100 fight caves and then exchange 100 fire capes for that 1 in 200 chance at getting the Jad Pet. So that's what I'll be doing. So I'm going to be defeating Jad 100 times, all for the chance at this pet. And you might be thinking to yourself, the Jad Pet must have some cool special ability, or it must help in battle, or it must... Yeah, no, it's actually worthless. But remember in the beginning when I said you can achieve any goal you want in RuneScape? Well, this is my goal and I'm going to achieve it, despite it being a complete waste of time. So first, let's do a cost breakdown of the gear. The helmet costs us 5 million GP, the body and the skirt cost a combined total of 69 million GP, the necklace costs us about 11 million GP, the boots cost us about 38 million GP, and the bow costs us about 1.1 billion GP. And we have the blowpipe, which costs us about 3 million GP. This is all the best gear that you can get for this grind. Now when it comes to the total cost of supplies, I ended up spending about 47 million GP on them. Now when it comes to the actual waves, honestly, it's not really that hard anymore. It's 2021. Plus, the monsters themselves don't really pose that much of a threat anymore. I mean, you have this guy who can barely hit 4s and he drains your prayer by 1 every time he hits you. You have this guy who pretty much just, kind of sucks. But when you kill him, he'll poop out 2 of these guys, which suck even harder. Then you have this ranger who's kind of dumb and hits 13s. Then you have this meleeer who's pretty freaking dumb. By the way, you can actually safe spot him so he can never hit you at all. Then you have this frog guy who's actually, pretty good. Unless you pray mage. Then he's worthless. The only real challenge that's supposed to come is when the waves look like this, but you don't really run into this that often, and even when you do, you can just kill the ranger quickly and then safe spot the meleeer. So I figured for the first 50 capes that I'll be doing, I'll do my first 10 casual, my next 10 speedrun, then 10 casual, then 10 speedrun, then 10 casual. Overall, I want to see how low I'm going to end up getting these times, and I'm going to pretty much continue that on for the next 50 capes, but after I reach 50 capes, I'm going to be doing 2 different challenges. That first challenge that I want to do is to complete the fight caves with absolutely no supplies, so pretty much all of the armor and gear that I have, except no twisted bow, I will only be using the toxic blowpipe. Then after another 48 completions, that'll bring me up to 99, and I want to do my last cape with a magic short bow only. This time actually using supplies though. Alright, so here's how the run is gonna look. The bat spawns, you kill it, then you get 2 bats, you kill that, and then you get 1 blob. Kill 1 blob, you get 1 bat, 1 blob. Then you get 2 bats, 1 blob, then you get 2 blobs. Then it upgrades to the next enemy, the ranger, and you repeat that process till it upgrades to the melee, then you repeat that process till it upgrades to the major, then you repeat that process until it upgrades to Jad. Like I use a Santa hat, dude, what the heck? That looks so crudely put on. Good fight. That's my 26th cape on this account. That's nuts. Oh, that was a new PB as well. That was a new PB. I wasn't trying to go for time there, to be honest, but that's kind of funny. I think most people know this, by the way, but whenever this color frog spawns in, that's where Jad's gonna spawn in. Right there. See? This little Santa hat guy. I should start bringing Vengeance to make these kills go faster. It's not terrible. So the way I think I'm going to track the times is by taking every 10 capes and averaging out those times. So I'll do the first 10 of the casual, then I'll do the next 10 of the speed runs. Alright. 33. To be honest, for like the first half of the cave, I forgot to pot up. So 33 minutes. So I could just freaking kill him. I'm not gonna be able to out heal him. 29. Oh, I got a new PB from that. And I actually messed up a lot too. So far, the way I'm casually doing this is effectively by AFKing it. And I'm still getting decent times. Like this time, I got 33.5 minutes. Now that I brought Vengeance runes, all I have to do is eat up to full HP, use a Vengeance, and let him max hit on me. And I'll be able to take him out much faster. Just like that. That time we got 33 minutes. Honestly, the casual run of this is super chill. Like, I literally don't have to really pay attention to anything other than just making sure I switch my prayers correctly at Jad. When it comes to the speedrunning portion of this, there's going to be a whole different ball game where I actually have to understand what spawns the fight cave rotation spawns in. Don't die to my bench then? Okay. How do you hit a 0 on me, bro? You're so bad at the game, Jad. Alright. Oh, KC number 33. Honestly, I AFK that really hard, so the fact I got a 34-minute cape is pretty good. This is how you do a fast Jad. Watch this now. Dead. Hey, new PB. Not even trying to speedrun it. Again, once his HP gets about half, I wait for 1 big hit, and then I take my prayer off so I can use my Vengeance, which will rebound about 75% of the damage that he deals right back to him. Oh my god, I tanked 2 hits? Dude. Hit me. Oh my gosh. Bro! Hit me! Hit me! Thank you! Oh, what? This is the worst freaking luck I've ever seen. That was ridiculous. Holy crap. That was such bad luck. So to explain what happened there, I quickly need to explain to you tick eating. So certain types of damage in this game, usually ranged or magic, are calculated on a player prior to them actually being dealt the damage. So effectively what that means is if you eat on the same tick that you were dealt damage, you're pretty much unable to be killed. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is the timing was perfect with everything, with Jad's healers healing him up. The game pretty much tick ate me. That pretty much never actually happens, to be honest. Now, when it comes to my first 10 run times, honestly, I did a little bit better than I thought I would. I hit a new PB twice, and the runs averaged out to be about 32 minutes and 46 seconds. So before we speedrun our next 10 fight caves, I want to explain one important concept to you known as rotations. So in the fight caves, there are 5 possible locations that an enemy can spawn, and because you can track where each unique enemy spawns, you can actually end up predicting where every single enemy is going to end up spawning for every wave. There are actually 15 total rotations or patterns that enemies can end up spawning in, so figuring out which rotation is as simple as identifying where the first 2 waves of enemies spawn. This can be extremely helpful in understanding how you can get certain enemies trapped and take on the fight caves as safely as possible. In fact, it's one of the reasons why 2 players were able to end up getting a fire cape at level 3 combat. So how does this help with speedrunning? Well, simply put, if you know where an enemy is going to spawn, you can attack and kill that enemy much quicker. You might only end up saving a few seconds per wave, but over time, that's going to add up. map. I also mark the NPCs so I can identify and attack them faster, and this is also just an example of showing you that I know the predictions for every wave. I know on wave 46 that the melee is going to spawn in the southeast corner, so I attack him, and then I do a little maneuver right here where I back up and attack him so I don't actually have to take any damage and he doesn't heal. And for what it's worth, there's a few more mechanics of speedrunning the fight caves that I didn't do, since if I am going to take this seriously, I automatically should be doing it on task for that extra damage buff from the Slayer helmet, but I'm not going to be getting anywhere near the world record. The world record right now being 22 minutes and 8 seconds. That being said, I'm still going to see how fast I can do it off task. You should be gone. Oh my gosh, are you ever going to hit me? Dude, you suck at freaking hitting me, man. 29:49, oh my gosh. Dude, and that run was bad. Sub 30 minutes was my, like, goal. Come on, Jad. Jad, do you want to stop tick-eating on me? Here, Jad, stop being pathetic. Wow, that really kind of sucked. Can I out-hit the healers? I think I can. Yep. Hey, new PB, 29:31. Bro, you're actually a bastard. That sucked. That really sucked, to be honest. Holy crap. Come on, just die. There we go. Hey, 29:24, new PB. Nah, that should be dead. Okay, or you can hit me instead? Hit me. Alright, should be dead. Wasn't really that much of a fan of this run, to be honest. 31, yeah. 30 minutes. Okay. Oh my god, I got the pet! Oh my god! Oh my god! I got the pet! I got the pet! I didn't even do the gamble! Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, now these capes I have are worthless! Oh my god! I need to make sure I go and share this right now. He even has his own little Santa hat. Oh my god, dude. I am so happy. This is the, like, one pet I have always wanted in this. Here. Though I just use it on it, I'm pretty sure. Yep, ensure. Oh my gosh. I am so happy. Look at that. Let's talk to him. Here's a little talking dialogue. Do you miss your people? Alright, man. You don't gotta be like that. Mitch talk Jad. Yeah, he doesn't even... Yeah. Does he not speak RuneScape? Well, I got that 19 capes in. I was still supposed to do another 81 and those 2 challenges. But I'm still going to do those 2 challenges anyway. That is incredible luck. So let's go into the actual speed running times versus the normal casual runs of the fight caves. So we only have a sample size of 9 speed runs, which are honestly kind of lackluster, but the average time of these 9 speed runs was 30 minutes and 34 seconds. So from that average, I ended up saving about 2 minutes and 12 seconds per run, which means I would have saved at least a total of 3 hours if I did speed runs for the rest of my capes. So for this first challenge, I'm going to be completing the fight caves with no supplies or an absolutely empty inventory. The way I'm going to be accomplishing this cape is through the use of a mechanic known as prayer flicking. Normally how the mechanics of prayer work is you activate a prayer and you slowly drain your prayer points over time. But with prayer flicking, you start by activating your prayer, and every 0.6 seconds or 1 game tick, you deactivate and then reactivate your prayer continuously. And because of this mechanic, the game doesn't recognize that you should be losing prayer points, so you don't, but you still have your prayers active. In other words, you don't lose your prayer points while you're prayer flicking. So that's one mechanic that I'm going to be using to my advantage. And another mechanic that I'm going to be using to my advantage is the fight cave rotation chart that I used earlier. Alright, wave 29, this is just going to be 2 rangers, so I just got to wait for everything to push up here. 1 ranger spawned over there, 1 ranger spawned over there. Alright, these are probably going to be the quote-unquote difficult waves, just because this guy kind of complicates things. As long as there's no server lag, I should be fine. So the frog guy should be in the middle, and then the ranger... Oh god. Yep, that's not great. Well, wave 47 and 26 prayer. Looking a little rough, to be honest. I didn't flick the best I could, but we'll see where it takes us. So Major's caught up there. This guy comes down here, and then Melee, which is in the middle, we got caught on that lip. Yep, perfect. Okay, we made it to Jad with 13 prayer. Here we go. I was gonna run through him, but this is gonna work, honestly. You're supposed to die now. Alright, well, fight caves, no supplies, my first attempt. Gonna be honest, I didn't expect to get it right away. I really did not. So I guess you don't really need supplies at all. Alright, so we could do that with no supplies. Let's see if we could do it with nothing, like at all. Literally just the magic short bow, arrows, and the food. I feel like we could do this too. I feel like if we could do the other one, this one really shouldn't be anything. Alright, well, I got the Jad. Honestly, I respect this guy so little, I'm gonna kick him to death. You're garbage. Screw you, Jad. I've never done a video like this before, so please, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe because it will help out a lot. And if you want to see another video like this again, please let me know down below. I wish you guys all the best and let's have an awesome 2021.